you're always here, man. I love that. Thank you very much for being here. Welcome, welcome. Man, what is going on today? Who's Burnout? Welcome. Thank you for the fave, the tweet, the restreams. Welcome to episode 92 of the Nooner. Holy smoke. 92. Burnout. What is it? What to do about it? Do you have it? Have you had it? What's that feel like? The burnout. You ever get that? So that's what we're talking about today on the Nooner. The burnout. Oops. All right, this is me messing around with my sound. All right, so hey, my name's David Bradley. This is the Nooner. Every weekday, Monday through Friday, Pacific Standard Time, I'm dropping in here, 12 p.m., and I'm dropping a little noontime nugget about sales, business, and or life. The way I see it, you've had food for your body, you've had lunch. I'm going to give you some fuel for your brain. Something you can take with you into the rest of your day, your week, your month, your year, your life. Motivation is what? It is fuel. Grant Cardone says dreams are the fuel for an incredible life. So if you're not, think about other fuels, food, gas. You've got to be putting it in the tank on a regular, consistent basis. So if you're running a little bit low, the fuels, food, gas. You've got to be putting it in the tank on a regular, consistent basis. So if you're running a little bit low, remember to be here, 12 o'clock noon, Pacific Standard Time, Monday through Friday, and I'll be dropping some nuggets to keep you motivated, keep you focused, keep you positive, keep you moving forward, going after your goals and your dreams. Chasing them like a hungry dog on the back of a meat truck. So, we're going to talk about burnout today. So, for those of you that are hanging out with us, have you ever experienced burnout? Have you ever felt that before? So let me get some comments down below. Think about burnout for you. What does it mean? How have you gone through it before in the past? Have you? What's your thoughts on it? And think about that while I introduce myself to you proper. My name is David Bradley. This is the Nooner. Every weekday, Monday through Friday, 12 o'clock noon Pacific Standard Time, I'm dropping noontime nuggets about sales, business, and or life. Who am I that allows me to do that? Well, there's three things on me you want to know. Number one, I'm a sales and marketing manager with Grant Cardone. Been working with Grant since March of 2011. And Grant's content took me from barely surviving in sales to thriving in it. I got an opportunity to give this data, share this wealth of information with other people. And when that popped up, I was all in. It was a no-brainer. What do we do in our company? Who's Grant Cardone? He's a New York Times best-selling author, serial entrepreneur, real estate mogul, sales expert, and all-around man of the world. What we do in our company is we work with individuals and companies alike. So this is a company of 1 up to 100 to Fortune 500s, any shape and size. We're not picky. We just want to help. We can help these companies increase production 15 to 30% simply by helping them find and then handle missed opportunities. So if you think about where opportunity in your marketplace exists, where it may be leaking out, you may not even know it's leaking out. Okay. Bottom line on that, we can help. If you want to have a conversation with me about that, I'd be happy to chit-chat with you. You can reach me a couple different ways. David@grantcardone.com is my email address, or call me direct, 310-777-0352. That's the bat phone. It rings right at my desk, and I'm happy to talk to you and see if there may be some ways for us to work together. Number two, I am the author of a book called How to Stop Smoking Without Killing Anyone. I smoked cigarettes for 15 years, could not figure out how to quit, tried multiple times, failed every single one of them, but then I found a way to stop. Semantics? Not really. There's a huge difference between stopping and quitting. That's what my book is about, because I figured, hey, if this little mindset helped me, it'll help you. So go to stopdon'tquit.com. Check that out if you'd like. Third thing on me is I'm the founder of a hashtag called Rich Man's Gym. This is about home-based strength and conditioning for body, mind, and spirit. I don't believe you got to go to the gym to get in the best shape of your life. You can do that from home. You can do it in the garage. You can do it in the park, backyard. Wherever you can hang a set of Olympic rings is your rich man's gym. Wherever you can haul a kettlebell is your rich man's gym. So that's my next book. Should be due out end of March. But you can get some more information on that. I got a blog running up there called richmansgym.com. Hey, Laura, thank you very much for being here. Appreciate you. Nice to have you. Let me check Twitter here real fast here. Sweet. All right. Thanks, everybody, for the tweets and the restream. So, burnout. Do you get it? So again, this is a nooner. We're talking sales, business, and life. So do you ever get, if you're in sales professionally, do you ever get burnout? Do you ever feel that? Does that ever happen? Have you ever gone through that emotion? If you're just in business, if you have a job, do you ever get burnout at work? In life, with your exercise routine or with your present relationship or whatever, do you ever experience burnout? Right? Do you ever go through that? How do you handle it when you get it? You know, is there a cure? I'm just going to move this a little bit here. Is there a cure for burnout? Can you cure that? Hold still. You guys getting seasick? Sorry. Are there symptoms? Are there things you can write in? Hey, I'm burnt out. Okay. And if you figure out that you have it, you know, now what? Right? What do you do about it? So, this question, believe it or not, is something that Grant gets asked a lot. Hey, how do you do burnout? Now, if you follow Grant, you already know this. If you're just getting familiar with who he is, the guy is nonstop, pedal to the metal, balls to the wall, 24/7. He does sleep. There's pictures online to prove it. But for the most part, he's at full steam all the time. So people ask him, hey, man, I mean, do you ever burn out? So Grant will tell you, he doesn't even believe in it. And I think just that in itself has a lot to say about what burnout is. It may just be a decision that you're making. Grant has decided not to believe in it, that it doesn't exist. So that gives him, that's empowering. Okay, so here's the quote. Here's a quote. It says, now I know that if you're experiencing the exhaustion that is associated with this idea of burnout, that nobody can prove, by the way, it just seems impossible to you that burnout does not exist. But Grant's here to tell you it's not real and it's made up. So, for that, there's a test. So here's what I want you to do. If you need to, close your eyes. If you're driving, do not close your eyes. Think about this for a second, though. I mean, really think about this. Remember a time when you were on fire, when life was sweet, when there was like, man, you were just alive, right? You were jamming. Everything was falling into place just right. One of the things that pops into my mind, a really great memory of mine that I have when I think about a time when like life was sweet and I'm jamming and I'm cruising, is the summer of 2001. I was just starting to come into like me, right? And I'd met this really great girl, and I'm thinking, probably going to want to get married. And I'm waiting tables in kind of a dead-end gig, but I've got some really cool people that I work with, and I've got my own apartment that was built in the 20s, and so every time I go home, it's like stepping back in time, and I love the 20s. You know, like, life was just sweet, and waiting tables at this just shitty Mexican restaurant in Studio City with these really great people, man, we had so much fun, right? And you just think about, like, a really busy Friday night, shit's going nuts, it's like, and you're like jamming, and there's nothing, like, you've got your day, you've got your shift, you're cranking, everything is perfect, you're making some money, you're having a blast, and you just felt empowered, like you could just. So if ever you feel like, right, think about these moments where you felt powerful, where you felt like everything is right with the world. Christmas morning when you were 8 years old could be a good thing, right? When you got your Red Ryder BB gun, right? Think about those moments, right? Or for those of us that are in sales now, your best month ever. Think about that. You got it? You still feel burnt out? I don't. Okay? So what you want to do is you want to go back to a time where you were lit up, you were on fire, you were cranking, you were jamming, where you couldn't sleep at night, you couldn't wait to get back into the fray, you know. You didn't even eat, right? There's this really cool Eric Thomas video where he's talking about, I think it was either Beyonce or 50 Cent or one of these guys that they're making a record, and they went like 3 days, no sleep, no food, just grind, right? What was happening for you at that time? When I think back about that summer of 2001, when I think back about some of my best months in the auto industry, what's the key thing for you? What was really happening? I would imagine to say that you might be experiencing the same thing. You may not be able to identify it, but I'm thinking that that was a moment that you were truly tied into purpose. Your purpose. You're connected to a goal and a purpose and a moment that was bigger than you, way bigger than you. You were on a mission, right? So, what does that mean then? If you're experiencing burnout, then somehow you've disconnected from this purpose. You've lost sight of the mission, of the end result, of the goal. Tommy Cox, hey, thanks for being here, man. Appreciate that. You said it worked. Hey, you did the exercise right here and now, and it worked for you. Thanks, man. And beautiful. So Tommy Cox, he says right here, I just did it. It worked. That's a great idea. Remember your successes. Thank you. You're welcome. Absolutely, positively, 100%. Appreciate you being here. If that's you, yep, I'm going to follow you, buddy. Team Vetscape, checking out helping veterans, Project Survive Antarctica, PTSD discussion, turning point, vets, helping vets, ask me anything. Tommy, I want to show you something that we've put together in our company for vets. Call me later today if you can, 310-777-0352, or email me, david@grantcardone.com. It's a special sales training program specifically for veterans that are coming out, so they get some sales training if they want to get into the sales field. That's real estate, automotive, you name it. If you can sell it, we can train it. Reach out to me. I'd be happy to have a conversation with you about that. So thank you for being here. Definitely don't believe in accidents, so that's kind of cool. Where am I talking? Oh, burnout means you're off point. You've lost focus on your purpose. The mission's gone. The mission's totally gone. Okay, that's when you start feeling tapped. That's when you start to experience exhaustion. Okay, so here's what Grant says about that. He says, look, when your goals are not big enough, when you're no longer sold on your vision, your purpose, your mission, the symptoms of losing interest, what could be considered burnout, are then experienced. Tommy throws it back in here. Tommy wants me to type it in so he can screenshot it. Okay, yeah, I can do that. I was in the zone working to help others selflessly. I started stepping out, stopping, thinking about others. Yeah, man, it's got to be about the other person. It can't be all about you. So for those of you watching at home, I'm going to move this so I can type in my email address and phone number for Tommy. Here we go. Phone number. Email. There you go, buddy. Cool. So when you stop reaching for big successes, I'm just going to go back to 2001 real fast. What was my mission? It's the summer of 2001. I'm barely making ends meet, but I'm living in this kick-ass little studio apartment built in the 20s. You walk in there, it's like going back in time, and I love that stuff, man. I'm fascinated with it. Gorgeous Tudor building, all brick. Working at this, like I said, shitty Mexican restaurant, Studio City. But what had happened before that summer is I met my wife in February. I actually met her before that, but I realized that was my wife in February 16th. And I wanted to propose to this gal, and I had no way of knowing how I was going to pay for it. And so a buddy of mine suggested, dude, just save all your ones. At the end of the shift, take all your ones, put it in a cardboard box, save those, and I promise you, in 9 months to a year, you'll have the money you need for the engagement ring. Okay, well, sure as shit, the guy was right. Okay, every day that I worked, I took all my ones, I put them in a cardboard box. Every time they were in a roll of 20, a rubber band around it, kept them stacked, and then every time I took them, I put them into a CD. Every time I got 500, I went out and I bought a 30-day CD and just kept putting it in there. February 2002, I proposed with ring and a new job as an automotive professional. Okay, I was on purpose. Okay, so it didn't really matter how bad the shift got. It didn't matter how lame the customers turned out to be, or actually the customers are pretty cool. But the management, right? Didn't matter how bad management crawled up our backside or made us feel bad. None of that mattered because I was on point. I was on purpose. I was focused. And no, I didn't need a break. I didn't need a vacation, right? I was moving towards something, okay? So anytime you stop reaching for something bigger than you, you're opening the door to burnout. Anytime you start getting comfortable, okay? So, Tommy, nice to see you. Thank you for hanging out with me so far today. Look forward to having a conversation with you later. Appreciate you being here. Who just popped in, though? Let me just say hi. Lavender Femchi. Nice. Caregiver to 90-year-old dad. Hey, good for you, Lavender. Congratulations. Good for you for being there. That's a very, very important part of life. So good for you for taking care of your 90-year-old papa. You're learning a lot from him, I would assume. Symptoms of burnout. This is actually you just wanting to be comfortable. I just want to settle down. I just want to be comfortable. Man, if I could only... If only. Anytime you say if only, it should be some kind of an alarm going off, okay? I just want to be happy. Now that seems like, well, that makes sense, right? Doesn't everybody just want to be happy? Listen. Marathon runner. Mile 19. You think that guy's happy? Right? Okay, so just happiness, it's not all it's cracked up to be, okay? You need a little pain and suffering in there to really fully appreciate the reward at the end. That's that whole yin-yang. Got it? Only those who have given up on greatness would settle for average. Comfort and complacency is your worst enemy. Okay? Those are the symptoms of burnout. Thank you for the follows. So just wanting to be comfortable, it's dangerous. It's a red flag. It's an alarm. It should open you should be like, oh, wait a second. What are you guys hearing so far that you like? Is this some new concepts for you? Who believed that burnout was something that was real? Like if you went to a physician's dictionary and looked it up, it's in there. This making sense, you guys? I'm wrapping this sucker up. Okay. Thank you guys for tuning in today. I'm wrapping up the Nooner. The moral of the story: if you're feeling burnout, think about a time that you weren't. Why? Get excited again. Reconnect to your purpose. Why did you get out of bed? If you don't know, find a reason and find something bigger than you. What are you working for? You're working for you, right? You're either going to job, you're either going into work, thanks Bill, you're either going into work to make your dreams come true, or you're making somebody else's. Either way, dreams are coming true at your expense. So whose dreams do you want them to be? Yours or somebody else's? Okay? So that's episode 92, Burnout, What to Do About It. I'm your host, David Bradley. Tomorrow I am out. I will be with clients, but you will catch me here on Friday. Not sure what we're talking about. But it's going to be something juicy, I can promise you that. So this has been episode 92 of The Nooner. Reruns of this are up on youtube.com/Cardone Solutions. There's a playlist called The Nooner if you want to get caught up on previous 91 episodes. Thank you for being here today. We'll see you on Friday. Be great. Nothing else pays.